Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. Let's take a look at what frequency is available for us to read into and activate. It's going to be three cards. The first one's the frequency. The second one is what can we release in order for our field to integrate it in the best way. And the third card is advice on how to go about it. So let's go with the first card. The frequency it's the Nine of Wands. What I'm hearing is the old structure is on its last legs. Okay, I'm personally even surprised getting that message. That's not, that's a bit strong, but why not? I mean, if it's the frequency, let's go. And it's saying the old structure is on its last legs, and there's, it's saying the guardians are leaving ship, so people that were like holding the old structure in place are definitely jumping ship. And I mean, I know there's like a bunch of different types of people that talk about these things, and the aspect I'm bringing up is the energetic aspect though. So it's not necessarily like anything you would like see on the news. It's something that's deeply felt, and the energetic aspect is always the first one to constitute, and then eventually it lands in the physical, and the same way the physical deconstructs and eventually it reaches the energetics and they will disintegrate in time. So it's a bit like manifestations, if you will. Like the, let's say, Matrix was a big huge manifestation that was powered by energy harvesting and all of that. And since people are taking back their sovereignty and power, it's not energized in the way it used to be. So underground, it's been a lot of scrambling and last-ditch efforts and like attempts at toxicity from anything in your surroundings, for sure. I hope it wasn't too rough, but let's say the past 4 or 5 years, even the past couple of months, were quite something in that regard. So of course it did not want to just like give up and get dismantled. But you know, it's the cycle of things and it's coming to an end. And finally, people are taking their power back. And sovereignty begins on an individual level, of course. And always keep in mind that when energetic structure of that scale is coming down, it's because there's an equivalent and stronger structure that is getting in place, being built day by day, activated by sovereignty, and will eventually support us in the natural way, in the natural order of things, from a soul anchored way of living. I personally call it the diamond grid, and that's something I can discuss at some point in deeper on a deeper level. And what can we release in order for this to activate in the best way possible? And it's what I'm hearing is to understand you've been under attack. And it's this understanding that actually helps you regain your sanity and helps you remember that it's not like your fault that things felt that crazy in recent times and years. Like it really just wasn't your fault. It really wasn't, you know? It's a old cycle dying that's gripping onto anything it can lay its hands on, anything within reach. So you're really just not crazy for thinking it's been extremely hard, and you've been given kind of like no leniency, no downtime, and it's just been an obstacle after the next, and people putting like putting on the brakes any opportunity they can, and just, you know, not being cooperative because they've been like hijacked on some level, like a lot of the times, unfortunately. And yeah, so just understanding it was kind of like wrestling for your life, being caught in a spider web, and that's possibly what it felt like, because that's what was going on. And I want to say, like, I'm sorry it felt this horrible, but like it kind of like happened to so many of us. Like, I'm sorry collectively. Like, I really don't like that. It had to be like this. Like, honestly, man, like, and the goal of it all was to make us lose our minds, because when you lose your mind, you kind of like disconnect from hope and clarity, and when that happens, you're easy prey. So it's just like difficult energies that were trying to wear you out, and that's really what was going on. And that's unfortunate, and we're actually hopefully gonna keep living the following years, the rest of our lives, in a much better structure, and have more interesting outcomes than whatever that was. So let's look at the advice. And we have the Ten of Swords. Like, that's such a cheerful that's such a cheerful reading. Oh my god, yay, look at that. And anyways, so the advice is to fully acknowledge that you've been held down, that you were kind of like targeted and all of that. And the more you understand and integrate that and accept it and not wrestle with yourself, that's what it was. Because it's not a common discourse. It's not easy to talk about that with most people. It's not something that's comfortable to bring up. And most of the time, you're not surrounded physically by people who would get it. So it's going to make you sound crazy. And you're going through all these things and possibly like nightmares on top of that. And everything, you know, like different levels of CPTSD and such. And, you know, it's just like pretty much, honestly, personally, it's how I've been able to remain sane. It's just like when things feel like that, I'm like, that's what it is. Like, I don't argue and I don't try and make it something else than what it is. Sometimes you're just like pinned to the ground for a minute, you know, for a little while. And what I've felt is the best way to deal with that energy is to really not engage it. You're just like, okay, and you just kind of like pretty much grade rock the energy itself. You're like, oh, I'm being pinned to the ground, and you don't give any like extra energy. Nothing else can be extracted from you, so it kind of like gives up at some point. And yeah, so that's my suggestion to you, and like every possible way that you can to like keep it zen, keep it soul anchored, and remember, you're not crazy, and this too shall pass. I hope this helps.